Welcome back, awesome action toy fans and subscribers. Today we're looking at JoyToy. We're looking at the Cult of San Reja action figures. These are some of the most anticipated figures for quite some time. Yes, we all know about the 40k figures being anticipated, but these have really tickled the fancy of lots of people. That post-apocalyptic look is really getting people excited. Let's have a look at the boxes. We have, looks like Eiley, Neil and Jack. Let's look at Eiley first. No window display in the box and there's no picture of the figure. It's artwork. The back, however, we can see a picture. Looks particularly cool. I love that little rabbit she's got there. Very nice. Looks like a shotgun and a sword. We come to Neil. Great artwork of that sort of glowing red eye that I doubt will be like that on a figure, and a shield, and she's got some sort of big gun. On the back we can see he's got that big gun and what looks like some sort of big axe or something maybe. And then that shield as well. He does look good, but I can't see the glowing eye apart from the belt buckle, but he looks cool as well. And then lastly, Jack. Very nice looking. I love that artwork. Very cool. Let's turn him around and have a look. That looks fantastic. Look at that head sculpt and the weather in those eyes. Very cool. That sort of old school sort of Tommy gun there. Looks very nice indeed. Now these do have bikes that are coming out, but they're not released yet. So I will be getting those when they are released as well. These do look absolutely fantastic. Okay, let me unbox them, set them up, and let's get into this. Okay, here they are, and they just look absolutely fantastic. And I'm going to put this out there now before I've even had a close look and done any articulation. I think these are amongst the, if not the best figures in terms of aesthetic that JoyToy has made. And that's including the 40k. They've got so many details that I keep spotting new things every time I glance. Okay, so let's take a close look. Let's start with Eiley. Close look. She does look really quite good. Look at that mask, the painting, this sort of chain with the skull on. The jacket can come off, but then you're going to have these arms that have painted the same colour as the jacket. The flesh, the belt, that pink ooze, that little rabbit holding the TNT or dynamite, whatever it is. The knee pads, the straps around her thighs. A bit too shiny, I think, on the black, but never mind. On the back, on the look at the side, on the shoulder pad, how the sword slots in, very sort of blade. The studded belt, and then the other side again, and the machine pistol Uzi. She just looks fantastic. And she wants to fall over. Never mind. She also comes with that shotgun. You can see that big shotgun you can see on the ground here. Is it a shotgun? Or is it a sniper rifle? Maybe it's a sniper rifle. It's got a scope. Needs a bit more paint apps on it, and there's no dual barrel, but it's pretty cool. It has to be said. Let's look at Neil, the guy in the middle. First off, I show this knife, which I can't see if it can attach to him anywhere. Nice little knife. Very cool. 3 colours and a bit of a inking. Then Neil himself. This great gun here. He looks great. And yes, the wolf hat and the wolf clothes, the furs can be taken off, and the belt section too. With that skull again. Got these great looking knees with, is it faces on them? Looks like. Very good. The shoes. This sort of spear thingy. This shield with the sort of ram's head. Around the back, he can stow his pistol around the back. Great looking on the thigh armor pieces as well. Just an all-round fantastic looking figure. Take that part off, you can see it's just a mask over his flesh. He just looks so good. Not so easy to do that in fantasy. Well, you could change the eye painting around, but you could use it in fantasy too. He's just a great looking figure. And then lastly, we will come to Jack. Fantastic looking head sculpt. It's got this sort of cybernetic android arm, jacket that comes off again, great inking on the body, great legs, pistol slips in the side, these sort of great shin armor. Lovely, great big sort of chopping sword here, and you can see he's got this nice little water bottle there as well, or drinking a skin. He just looks amazing. Great looking figures. These are just fantastic looking. Very, very nice. Very, very good indeed. So let's check out articulation. So let me use eyelid first. Okay, so let's start with her head. Forwards, backwards, very nice. Going forward, side to side, and can turn, very good. Arms all the way around. These shoulder pads, which are going to get in the way, but they should slip under slightly. So not great on the lateral raise. The shoulder pads get in the way slightly. Let's go to bicep bend. Now she might have the best of the bunch because her arms are quite thin. She can get 90 degrees. It should be on both arms. Slightly more on her left arm, our right. Trunk, she can turn, she can dip side to side. Waist, she can turn together, quite good. Forwards, exceptionally backwards, and side to side is really fantastic too. Look at that, that's just ridiculous. Hands is the ball joint, it's the joint into the wrist, into the hand, so you have to line it up and you get articulation all directions. Hips to the side, not bad, a lot more on one than the other. Not sure why that one's a lot more. Is it that bag? Yeah, it's that little sculpt on the bag. It looks like it's getting away perhaps. There's thigh twist, double kneecap, wow, super tight. There is no boot turn, unfortunately. Oh, JoyToy, boot turn made it perfect. There's a good tippy toe. Dorsiflexation is not bad. There is toe articulation, you can see, but I think that's going to be really quite almost, yeah, this side you can see, you can move it, but the other side I'm going to have to cut some of that paint out maybe, or shave down to get that same articulation. And the feet should have a small twist inwards, and you can see on the outwards there. Good articulation so far. Great looking figure. And I've got to say the paint apps on this are just fantastic, and the weathering work, the shading, all just comes together very, very nicely. Let's look at Neil. It's quite an unimaginative name. Let's call him Neil. Neil the Wastelander. Okay, so I'll keep his stuff on. I'll take it off, be a bit more fair. No, I'll keep that on. I can just take his head off to take that off. Okay, arms all the way around to the sides. He gets a better angle than a lie. Bicep, he gets 90. In fact, over 90 if you align it to a different part of the actual arm on both sides. You can see he's got side to side, forwards, backwards, and turn, and the waist, trunk as well. So together, that look down there is amazing. And the up is pretty good. Not quite as good as I lie on the up, but better on the down. Same articulation on the hands, on the joint. Align the joint up, move any direction you want. Hips, pretty good. Love that sort of skull in the waist section. Forwards is good. Backwards, I just popped out his gun, is good. In fact, I didn't show that on the lie. Let's have a look at the lie first. Forwards is better. Backwards is good too. Okay. So she's got better forwards, backwards, and he's got better outwards than she has. Let's get her to stand up quickly. Come on. Okay. Thigh twist. Double kneecap, but he's got chunky legs. So we can get just over 90 degrees. No, is there a boot turn? No, no boot turn. Tippy toes not bad, not great. His dorsiflexation is pretty good though. I'll take that back. His dorsiflexion is there, minimal. He does have the same toe articulation I can see, but it's very There we go. Very stiff in, oh my word, in both. And again, his feet will swivel in and out. Let's come to Jack. So let's start with his head. Great forwards, backwards, side to side, about to pop off. Great forwards, backwards, side to side, and turn. Arms all the way around. Oh, that one. I hope I didn't break that. Okay, all the way around. Outwards on his robot arm and flesh arm. Both slightly less than flat. Bicep articulation, he gets over 90 on both. So his arms probably got the best articulation for biceps on all of them. Again, the arms, the wrists are the same joint. You've got to line it to move it. Trunk, forwards, backwards, side to side, turn. Waist, forwards, backwards, side to side, turn. Together. Fantastic looking down. Fantastic looking up. He's the best of the bunch on that. Sideways, fantastic. Sideways, fantastic. Forwards, backwards, hips, fantastic forwards, has to be said. And good backwards, look at that. Probably as good as I-line, maybe better. Outwards, pretty good, but the sculpting on these sort of holster of his gun gets in the way there. Thigh twist, double kneecap. Still really quite tight, despite the bulk. No boot turn again. Tippy toes seems okay on this leg. Not so good on the other leg, so it's not quite even. Dorsiflexation is opposite. Better on this leg. And not so good on the other one. So it'll be a bit of an uneven dorsiflexation. Again, his feet swivel in and out, and his toes have the same articulation. But again, they're going to be really quite, there we go, really quite stiff. And he's got spike shoes, so it can be a little bit painful on your fingers trying to unpose the toes. As a little rhyme. Now don't get my hands up. Freeze! Oh, okay, we give up. Unpose the toes. These are absolutely amazing looking figures. Okay, so I'll do a size comparison in a moment. Before I do that, I'm going to show a couple of heads that I'm slowly getting ready. One is almost finished, just got to paint the inside, and then I've got to fit it to a figure. So this is one getting ready for my Cult of San Reja. I think this will match in quite well. Great looking figure. No, I got it from Taobao, so don't ask me about that. The other one is just the Rucker's head from Fortnite, and I've still got a lot of painting to do on him. But I've started a painting process. I've got to do a lot on the hair still. But he's getting there. And I think a few people got the same idea for using Ruckus as a San Reja or San Reja head. Okay, let's do a size comparison. I think first up, in fact, let me just tidy up quickly. First up, I will use a Marvel Universe. I think, yeah, okay. Let's put the hands down so we have some space. Let's look at figures next to them. Okay, so Jack is ready. If you look at Jack's elbow, you can see it's almost popping out. You need to be careful with these joints. Okay, so Jack is ready. Let's get Neil ready. So Jack has one of the possible joint issues. That right arm, or the left on our screen, the Android arm, was really stiff at the shoulder. Then that his left arm, the right of our screen elbow joint, just seems to be plying open a little bit. And now let's get Alive ready. Now these guys got some of the best torso articulation that I've seen in any figure. The range of motion they are getting, particularly Ally and Jack, is just ridiculous. Put a space between them. Okay, so let's get this Marvel Universe AIM scientist. Let's get him ready so he can stand up. Stick him next to her. And we can see that he is, well, we can't see. Move across a little bit. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. He is taller. Let me use an Acid Rainwell Narinu Sentinel, who I keep using because it's one of my favourite all-time action figures, and they scale very well to him, as you'd expect. And then lastly, I'll use a big figure, which a lot of you may have seen, and most of you probably haven't got, and that is a Wolf Orphanok. He just towers above them. But it's a great bunch of looking figures. Okay, just one more thing I want to do before we finish this review. Now, you may remember that I bought this strange Mad Max looking sort of vehicle a while back, quite a while, over a year back, must be coming on over 2 years back, and I reviewed. And I've bought another one recently. It's a Chapmay vehicle, but the one I bought recently is like a knockoff Chapmay. There's no Chapmay branding, but it's ideal for these guys. Just got to paint it up. So let me just put the stuff to one side and we'll see what they look like with this. Now, if I have this and that is painted up, I reckon that look pretty good. You can have one guy in the back on the turret. Will he fit in there? Yes, he will. And then you can have one other person. Let's have Neil driving it. In fact, he can even have his headdress on since he will fit. There's a big hole by the canopy area. Let's have a look. Now, once I paint that up, that'll look absolutely awesome. In fact, let me just give Jack a gun and his sword, because I reckon he'll look pretty damn cool posing in the back with a gun in one hand and a sword in the other. I might do some hot water on that joint. That shoulder is really, really quite stiff. Worryingly so, I hasten to add. Look towards the camera. Fantastic looking figures. I think JoyToy has done a cracking job with these. Highly, highly recommended. It's awesome action toys saying please check out the Patreon page and become a Patreon. There are loads of benefits, including lots of early video releases, exclusive content, and free entry into the raffles, etc. Okay, stay happy, keep collecting. Bye bye.